now, though, I want to show you something that people are not pouncing on, and that is record low mortgage rates. Right now, in the latest period, they continue to slide away. A 15-year fix, a little more than 2 3/4, a 30-year fix at a little bit more than 3 1/3%. And those are the advertised general rates. You can get a lot lower than that on each and both. But it is a reminder. You'd think, all right, rates that low, much like this conundrum over record low gas prices, what we've got 26 states now that have gas under $2. It's not as if gas demand has soared in the face of that. When people are sheltered in their homes or they're worried about whether they can afford their homes, that doesn't change. And the home part comes into play here with these low mortgage rates, even refinancing rates, that do not seem to be propelling much home activity for the time being. Let's go get a read on all of this right now with Anthony Hsieh. Anthony is the loanDepot chairman and CEO, formerly the E-Trade mortgage CEO, LendingDepot president and CEO as well in the past. You know, it is interesting, Anthony, when I look at those record low rates that you would think people would pounce. I fully understand why. If they're sheltered in their homes, they're not going to leave their homes. But how long do you think this lingers where these record low rates do not get the desired response, even when it comes to refinancings?
Well, there's so many things going on, Neil, since you and I spoke, 3 weeks ago. You know, the bigger issue in our industry is the lack of liquidity. Things have really changed in the back end of our industry. And, you know, plus, you know, our company, which is nearly 7,000, in the early part of March, we had to transition everyone to work from home. And then you had vendor and support team members such as appraisers and notaries, et cetera, that were afraid to be out of their home. So it's been a fundamental shift on how we do business. All of that said, our industry is still funding hundreds of billions of dollars a month right now to help the American homeowner, both in terms of new home purchases and reducing their monthly interest rates because of the interest rates that are available today.
What about loan forgiveness? A lot of folks who are under duress, they want to skip a month or two or worse. I'm wondering if you're seeing any of that anecdotally or otherwise.
The world is blowing up with loan forbearance requests right now. It is still a bit unclear, but our federal government has said very clearly that you do not need to show hardship, and you just need to make the request. It's easy for them to say, but it's very hard for us as an industry to manage, because as these interest rate payments stop coming in to companies such as ours, we still have to make those payments to the bondholders, the folks that actually invested into the assets to get a required yield. So this type of pinch or cash flow or pressure, along with everything else that's going on in our industry, is creating for a pretty chaotic time in our industry. So we're hoping that all of the calculations based on our cash flow needs, and at the same time doing what is socially responsible, and that is to help out those that are in need. But right now, keep in mind that you do not have to be affected by COVID-19. You just have to make the request that you like to have your payment skipped for 3 months, 6 months, or up to 12 months. And when I say skip payment, what I'm saying is it's not forgiveness, it's actually forbearance. So you actually delay your payments, and at which time that you would resume and pay that actual payment back.
Have you had a lot of customers requesting that?
Yes. Right now, we are forecasting up to 10 to 20% of our customer base requesting forbearance, which is a substantial amount, unprecedented times.
All right, we'll see how it goes. The best and the worst of both worlds at the same time. We'll watch it very closely. Good seeing you again, my friend. Be well.
Likewise. Stay safe.